What's going on YouTube? It's your boy D Free back at it, and I got some exciting news for the Washington Commander fan base. It looks like the Commanders will be coming back to their rightful place here in Washington D.C. And we heard that this talk was in conversation earlier this year. We saw Roger Goodell and Mayor Bauer and Josh Harris. They had a press conference, and they was trying to get the Commanders to come back to D.C. They had a vote. They were short by, I believe it was 2 votes, and they was going to bring it back to the city council. Well, they had their vote on yesterday, August 1st, and they voted 9-3 that the Washington Commanders will be coming back to Washington D.C. And a lot of people want to know, what is this stadium going to look like? And we know that Josh Harris had did his little tour around the United States, looking at different stadiums, and he also went to other countries and was looking at those stadiums to see bits and pieces of how he can add it to the new Commander Stadium to make it the best stadium in quote unquote, in his words, the best stadium in the world. And I believe that is something that he's going to do. We saw all of the changes and the upgrades that he's been doing since he took over the team. We all know that the Washington Commanders stadium where they currently at Northwest Stadium, which was originally called the FedEx Field. We know that a lot of people have complained about the stadium, and they said it wasn't up to standards according to the other stadiums in the NFL. And once Josh Harris got into office, he took over the team when he bought it from Dan Snyder, he started making improvements immediately. He changed some of the inside of the stadium as much as he can change, and then we saw him go down to Ashburton and made upgrades there as well. And the newest upgrade that he has done is give the guys a new locker room, and that was one of the complaints from a lot of the former players that played with the Washington Commanders, that the locker room wasn't up to standards. And Josh Harris literally came in there and gave them a new locker room, and just the look from the players when they saw the new locker room, they was highly impressed. And so Josh Harris is definitely the one to put money into a team that he believes in. He's a fan of the team. He grew up in Maryland, and Josh Harris is one of those ones that when you look for an owner, he's the type of guy that you look for as an owner. He's going to do whatever he can do, as much as he can do, to make sure his team has the best facilities, the best trainers, the best coaches. He's going to make sure that he can put everything in place to where if the team doesn't work out, it's because of the players, not because of the facility or the trainer or the coaches. It's going to be because of the players. So a lot of people want to know what this stadium is going to look like. They got some AI pictures, things like that, but nothing has literally came out and shown what exactly the stadium is going to look like. Like I said earlier, he's been around basically the world, looking at other stadiums and taking bits and pieces to incorporate it into the stadium that he's going to build. And he said this is going to be the best stadium in the world. And they putting $3.8 billion behind this project. This is the biggest project in the city of DC's history. They never had a project this big come to the city of DC. So, I mean, this is only the sky is only the limit for what this team can and will do. Josh Harris is definitely making the right changes that he needs to make to put this team on the forefront, because the Washington Commanders, they have a rich history. They've been to the Super Bowl 5 times. They won the Super Bowl 3 of those 5 times. They got a number of NFC like I said, 5 NFC championships, a number of championships in their history. And when it comes to the Washington, D.C. Fan base, the first thing people think of is the Washington Commanders. Then they start thinking about the Wizards and the Nationals and the Capitals. But the first thing that comes to their mind is the Washington Commanders. From the people of yesteryear, it was the Washington Redskins. They have since changed the name to the Washington Commanders. But I think Josh Harris is definitely putting these guys on the right path and giving them the feeling of this is a new regime. This is a new beginning. When Dan Snyder had the team, he didn't really make any upgrades. He just inherited a team. And he left everything the way it was. When he bought the stadium, he didn't really do any upgrades with the stadium. He didn't do any upgrades with Ashburn. They had a field that was just a pile of dirt. And Josh Harris since came in and redid that pile of dirt and made it a field that they can practice on. He redid the bubble this year. That was another upgrade that he just recently did. So they have a new bubble that they can practice in when the weather is not cooperating with what they want to do outside. But I think Josh Harris is definitely putting his money where his mouth is, and I think that the fan base is going to be pleased with the outcome of this. Now the stadium the timeline for the stadium is to begin breaking the ground the beginning of 2026, and they plan on having the team move into the stadium to play their first game in 2030. If everything goes as planned, the first game will be played in 2030 in the new stadium back in Washington, D.C. But that's all I have on this video. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Are y'all happy that the Washington Commanders are coming back to D.C.? Are y'all mad that the Washington Commanders coming back to D.C.? Or if y'all don't care about the Washington Commanders coming back to D.C., let me know. Give me a thumbs up in this video, and I will be back with more videos. I got some things to talk about with the whole Terry McLaurin holding and talk of requesting a trade. I got some videos that I'm gonna do about Michael Parsons recently requesting a trade. So I will be back to drop those videos as well. It's your boy D Free Sports Talk Network. We out. Peace.